So you may be asking yourself, Max, where was yesterday's episode? And if I tell you guys the truth, the file corrupted. I'm not salty, it didn't take me like hours to edit. But don't worry guys, I'm sensible, I backed it up. No, I didn't. So I'm gonna have to run you very quickly through what happened. So we began by selling our backup goalkeeper Polsabek and bringing in Ilyan Meslier for around 33 million, as we had a lot of money from getting rid of a lot of reserves, a lot of who are on loan, which then gave us enough money to bring in Luka Sucic, actually scored in one of the games I will show you. We didn't stop there though. After bids rejected for Gianluca Scamacca, we went ahead and bought Moise Kean from Juventus, which cost us 40 million. Or it might have been Everton. I'm forgetting. But then slight disaster struck as we sold Castello Luqueba to Real Madrid, however earning 51 million in the process. And that freed us up room to get Simican in for 34 million and ends off the business that we have got up to today. Still to show you games, however, as pre-season was alright, and we lost the Super Cup to Nice on penalties. It was a 0-0 draw, but we responded with Monaco being thrashed. We lost to Nice again and beat Stade de Reims, and it all leads to Lorient first today with deadline day still to go, so I will not leave you out on transfers. As welcome back people to the new episode number 1 of season number 2 of Lyon. The fact it took me so long to make that episode and it didn't work, it destroys me. Well, I've managed to fill you in everything today. We sit 4th in the league. The team that beat us actually below us with a game in hand, Nice, which is not a very good thing because I showed you Lorient first. The games today should be quite straightforward in my opinion. We will probably try and burn through a lot, and I think we've got money still to spend. I hope so, yes, 61 million. That's because of Luqueba's departure. And I haven't spoke about the form of the new lads. Yes, we've got Ilyan Meslier and Sucic. We have Moise Kean and Simican. And even though we've got Ilyan Meslier, Lopez stays. We haven't lost many first teamers. I wouldn't say any at all, apart from Luqueba, who was just waiting to get out the door, and we didn't spend as much as we probably should have on the players. We've got good deals and we've got some choices. Sucic good, Cherky on the bench, even Lacazette exchanging with Kean with game time because Kean is scoring. He's got 2 goals. He's got 1 against Monaco and 1 against Stade de Reims. Oh, and I think I did touch on the Champions League football, which I haven't showed you the group for. But before that, we've actually got a bid in from Chelsea for his goalkeeper Anthony Lopez. He's a great player, but of course I do want a little bit more cash, just solely down to having Meslier in. It looks like this. We've got Manchester City, Ajax, and Shakhtar Donetsk. We may get to see Tete again in action, but that, to me, unlike Man City's previous groups, is kind of a group of death. Probably for ourselves, not as much Manchester City. Other groups, there's a lot of decent teams in this competition this year. I mean, look at Chelsea's group. That's probably the easiest one of them all. Is this the squad we're gonna go with? We've got a lot of tired faces. I am hoping that's enough to get the job done against Lorient, and it is. Lacazette and René Adelaide. At least that takes us up back to 2nd place, and it's Marseille up top, not PSG. Still being 2nd, I do want to improve on this squad somehow. It's an excellent team, and the Dragon Power 2-hour division still quite difficult, but I'm gonna give it a go. And with us playing Champions League football, I feel like we need some more attackers. Yes, I think we've got the strikers through the doors, but Ritsu Doan going into his prime after 25-year-old could be a marquee signing. From Freiburg, he shouldn't cost us too much because I am not paying that release clause. With the pull we should have from being a Champions League club, we should try and get him rather cheap. That's what I'm hoping, as 19.9 million is fine, under 20. Less than we even got Naby Keita for, as he wants 48. I mean, that is a lot, but we'll pay him it. I want Doan through the door, as we've managed to make it happen. There's Doan and Laurent Blanc. What a sight. I mean, he doesn't even go straight into the first team squad in the reserves and shows how quality our team is. But still, I don't know about other players, as Lopez has broke down with Chelsea. It's a shame, but I can't say I'm upset that he's staying. Rather have him than not, as a bid coming in. Ooh, Lazio for Cherky. I mean, he's not the first name on the team sheet, but he plays a lot rotationally, and with the competitions we're in, we need him here. Napoli now joining in. Nope. It's going to take more than that to get him. One hell of a player as Nico Williams, though, from Chelsea. That is a huge bid, which, of course, delegation is called for. We're going to put 60 million, the price tag. Chelsea very interesting, and of course last season's League champions. As a loan offer for Damien Pierre though, this is one we can accept, get him some experience. And they've agreed to pay 70 million. Never mind the 60, that is a huge bid for Williams, and that's very hard to turn down, so we'll have to accept. A player that we just signed, but will he go out in time? That is the question. He will not, and the talks break down. He was so close to going to Chelsea. And Pierre's talks break down, which is disappointing. I wanted him out on loan, so he could probably bring some more academy players through. Not to be, as a lot of players on international duty. And I want a word with Williams, because he was, of course, willing to move. His head might still be on Chelsea, so for now, I think Cherky gets a bit of time. Dijon comes before a very important game. Manchester City in the away leg. Now, that is a huge one. Really hoping we can get the result as Nantes. After that, then Lyon, then Metz, then Ajax. Fun times as we now forced into a little bit of squad rotation. That is what we're going to go with because Manchester City... we need to put players into that. Should still be beating Dijon with the team we put out. And we do. Tolisso and Moise Kean off the bench. And I love to see it. The copyrighted Champions League music not in my ears. We can't be having that, but we can be having 3 points against Man City. And our rotation paid off. We've got kind of a fully fit team. Just Tagliafico, but I love to see it. Simican and Lacroix will start at the back together in this one. Lacquer up front. Cotar comes in for a bit of defensive work, and we're hoping we can beat the Citizens in a game at the Etihad. And we know the dangers they possess, especially that man in the background. Erling Haaland looks to start. And they do have their main team out. Bastoni is signed Calabria. They've been shopping over in Italy. And we've just got to hope this red kit can do us some justice. Just don't embarrass yourselves, boys. A win would go very nicely as Lacazette, experienced against Man City before, he might be in. And Andrea Lacazette has the opening goal. Well, can you really stop the champions of France against the champions of England? A through ball straight into his path and he just finished with ease. But if we can manage to beat Lyon, what a result it would be as Junior back post! Hakim Ziyech, is there anything this man can't do? We are 2 to the good within 14 minutes. This is unbelievable. A ball over the top again into Lacazette. It couldn't be 3, could it? Fortunately not, as Junior putting it out wide into Tagliafico. Bad pass. Still City having no chances as Chotard into the side. Keita, that's another ball through. Andrea Lacazette for 2. Ederson with the save. What a shock so far. Kevin De Bruyne in the box, trying to get a shot off, and it's well wide. Would you believe me if I told you that's their only shot of the game? We are playing absolutely out of our skin at the moment, and Lacazette wanting to get a second. He's dying for it. Desperately needs it as now Reynoso round the corner into Tagliafico again. Reynoso, it's just 1-2 stuff. Lacazette turned away, it'll fall to Reynoso. As Ilkay Gundogan running through now, Erling Haaland. Oh, that is a way to get a goal back. Norwegian fully putting the pressure back on. Only issue is it has been all us, and they've just grabbed that. Not fair as Doan on for his first use in game, and it's a ball into Lacazette here to make it 3. What great work, but we've still lost the ball. Jamal Musiala, they always sign him. Oh, Lopez! As we're still going forward, he's made a good move of it. Into Naby Keita. Moise Kean looking for Rene Adelaide. It was close as we've won the ball due to our constant press. Jodis Chotard, Moise Kean. I think we're offside with Rene Adelaide, and we are. Still a very good finish as we've just got to hold on for 2 more minutes. It slipped through into Williams Junior, who can make it 3. It worries me how many chances we've actually missed in this game, but still, we're beating Manchester City. I can't complain. Naby Keita going for another one. We won't get the 3rd, I don't think, but we should get the whistle and do. Get in there, lads. We've just gone to the Etihad and beaten Manchester City 2-1. Still second in the league, but I don't care about that. We've just took down City in what can only now be described as a frankly incredible game. But we've got to back it up against Nantes in the next game in the league, and we do. Gusto, Lacquer and Ryan. As it's not done there though, as Barcola does depart on loan for 6 months to Mönchengladbach. We play Lyon next in the league, trying to still chase Marseille. We'll try the highlights on these, simulate Metz, do the highlights on Ajax and play Marseille. I know it's a nice stadium, I know it's flashy, but we beat them here. About to say ex-league winners, but we are them ourselves. As Cherky gives it down the line into Reynoso, trying to get it back inside. falls to Rayan Cherki. He's got a bit of a gap himself off the crossbar. A close one as we've started Moise Kean, and he's in a perfect position here for Hakim Ziyech to dink it across. Headed back into Renate Adelaide. Now into the path of Kean again. Gives it into Cherki. Travella this time off the post. Off the post again. Seriously though, on a reel, how did Moise Kean miss that as we've got a free kick chance? Hopefully he can score the header here. He doesn't. Unbelievable stuff as Cortin Tolisso gonna get it down the line. Cherki now into Moise Kean. Not the good ball into Tolisso. Or am I just playing with you? It was a good ball. He scored it. Tolisso just loves his goals against Lille. As I'm now hoping Moise Kean does, because he's got a spot kick. He's not got the greatest of penalties. But he puts that one away greatly. 2-0. Love that from Moise Kean as I look up to wrap the game with a pass into Ziyech, but it doesn't work. Still, the final whistle follows. But no rest for the wicked. It's Metz up next. And this is a game where I'm going to fully rest Tagliafico, and he deserves it. Same with Tagliafico as, oh, it's not what I wanted. Enrique, the left back in the team, scoring, but Kouyaté only seals a draw. Oh, well, I'll take it, I guess. We go into two important games. Ajax won their first game, then Marseille, and it allows us to go back to us full team, getting the rest in. I'll sacrifice 2 points, but I have got a really good team for the next game. And if we get past this, I'll feel a lot more confident, but still, it's Brian Bobby, the striker we tried to sign, and they will be the ones to start off the attack. Steven Bergwijn into Brobby offside. And it took us a while before we get his first chance with ex-Ajax man Ziyech whipping a ball back post towards Andrea Lacazette. It's going to be headed down by Lacroix. Now into Williams. Suchik to strike. Not bad from the Croatian as he's going to go over the top looking for Williams, who will reach the end of this. Back in the middle. Ziyech now into Lacazette off the post. We've had our chance as now Simikan playing a quick 1-2 with Gusto. Will moving forward. Keita around the side into Lacroix. He's not a crosser. Gusto is. And that's a brilliant ball. What a save. Rocher keeps us out as Reynoso hooking it over the top into Hakim Ziyech. Against his former club, he'll hold the ball up. He will lose it. And we will only get a point from Ajax. Bit disappointing after City. Still, it's a point in the Champions League group stage, which can never go amiss. We just make up for it by getting 3 against Marseille because we've dropped to 4. Marseille lead the way, which I never thought I'd say. And it's interesting to see them playing the diamond formation with 3 defenders. And of course, it's Lucas Nemecha up front. Would any sweaty team be without him? He loves to show his face as William Jr. hopefully shows his to the crowd after he silences them. Not on that occasion as it's into Nemecha near post. Farias! Oh, a close chance for the hosts, which we've got to be careful of. I know they've not got the best team on paper, but we didn't when we won the league, so we can't let Harry run and give it to Farias again. Not good. That's annoyed me, that. The number 9 was allowed so much breathing space. We have to try and go again as Selemaker's through. Nemecha. Oh, it is 2. What is going on here? These are absolutely incredible. We have to be a lot better ourselves. Selemaker's into Guendouzi. Nemecha's got another chance. Rolls it across. What am I seeing? Just what am I seeing? I can't believe it as Nemecha just holding his man off as well, going across net. It could be 4. They've been running rampant as Reynoso to try and get a goal back. It's into Lacazette, waiting for the run of Junior, who needs to be better. All of us attackers do. He cuts inside and he gets one back for us, and that's a good thing, but oh, it's Lucas Nemecha who's just made it 4 straight after our goal. I don't know what to say to the players. They've let the fans down, they've let themselves down, they've let the children down. 3 substitutions. Rene Adelaide, Keane and Doan. Can't be any worse than what I've already seen. Save some players for other games because it's obviously not working in this one. Nemecha is on a hat-trick. Into Lucas here, who drills it straight at Lopez. And Farias wins a header down into Guendouzi. That's round the corner and he's grabbed a hat-trick as Lucas. Just snuck behind us and was nowhere to be seen. And Luis Suarez with a chance to try and respond, who can't do so. We're poor all over the field. Tagliafico now into Jeff Rene Adelaide, trying it himself. Only 3 of them at the back, but they've been spot on. We're getting no chances. Gonna try and craft one here. Doan Gets it around the corner from Moise Kean, running through, drilled it back post in what has overall been a very dull performance. Still Moise Kean to get another. But when we usually score, they usually respond. It can't be 6-2, can it? Nemecha across. And to regain our title from now on is going to be a difficult challenge. Still, I guess we've got the Champions League. All we can do is move on. I don't know how we stay in 4th. That would be Europa League as it stands. And if I'm being fully and openly honest, I'd rather not. And with 4 games left this month, I think I'm going to do the highlights of Shakhtar, and I'll play Stade de Reims. Or Stade Rennais, sorry, because they are above us in the table. It looks like Montpellier dropping off. Second season syndrome hitting them a lot more than it did us. And with Lopez conceding 4, I believe it's chance for Ilyan Meslier. He's only played the Super Cup this season, and Paris FC do sit bottom of the league with only 4 points. We still get the win. Moise Kean and Lecroix use that very well to give others football, but we move straight into the Champions League again. Got to be highlighting these. As the group looks like that, Manchester City beaten by Ajax. As the group looks like that, Manchester City picking up a win after losing to us, and it's 4 points to us and Ajax. And I was correct in thinking Tete does start against us as we begin our reign at the Donbass Arena with a penalty. Lacazette, we're going to go top right. Oh, and the goalkeeper, I thought had saved it, but it hit the crossbar and in. What a penalty, as Malo Gusto going short into Lecroix. Now Reynoso into Hakim Ziyech. A tester, but it glues to Toliso's feet. Back for another shot. We desperately need points as Naby Keita. Oh, Ilyan Meslier. Great save seen as we didn't mark correctly. Can we get a chance of a zone from a corner? We do not. Still 1 goal to the good, which is all that matters. William Junior into Suchik. Now on the field. Now Tolisso wide. Still faith in the squad as it's going to be Tagliafico to whip a deep ball in. Keeper's favourite. And I'm hoping this is a last counter-attack for us. I'll just take the 1-0 now and run, especially after the thrashing we took. Junior with the outside of the football and not Trubin. An excellent save as Shakhtar will get a last chance here. It's through into Vunic and Lecroix with the block. That hopefully is game over. And is we get the win away in the Champions League. Montpellier to follow, but I don't really care about that. I'm buzzing about the Champions League form now. It's really pleasing to myself as I don't think I stick Lopez straight in. I think Meslier is doing okay. He's a lot younger, so has a lot more potential, but that's a 2-2 draw and he's conceded 2. Won in the last minute after we should have won the game. Not good enough for me. And I think that might be him dropped straight out. With the threats of Terrier that we're undoubtedly gonna face, he moves to the bench, as that is the same team apart from it. We go out on a bang today. I just need to get Marseille out of my head, if that is even possible, with Lacazette running through immediately. Ball over the top. Naby Keita should have tapped that in. We move on as now it's into Guiri, who's got past us with ease. We need to be better at marking players as Lovro. Maya, their Croatian, through to Alexandra Plie, who put Stade Rennais in front. Easy ball slipped through. And an easy goal. We have to be better as Gusto gets a good tackle. It's given us a foul. They've been blessed with a perfect opportunity to get their lead in front, but a poor ball into Naby Keita. Even poorer ball back from him into the middle. He's really doubtful for me now. Not playing well. And I don't know how long it's going to keep up, as that's a ball onto Reynoso. It's actually fallen to the Argentine, who's through on goal just before half-time and has a soul square. Emmanuel Reynoso, the man for this season. Need to be better in the second half of play though, as Gusto has to get down this wing. Can he get support? He does. Come on. We go straight out there. We get in front. Naby lad, can he be better than usual? He can. It's a brilliant ball across. Junior was never missing at the back post. He stayed. He's forgot about the 70 mil. His head is on Lyon. Brilliant, but we want the lead extending. Terrier's pass blocked, and we might have another chance. I think Naby Keita's listened to us at halftime because he's through on goal. He's got an assist and a goal now. I'm sorry I ever doubted you, Naby lad. Objective is now just to see the game out. We've made plenty of changes. Hakim Ziyech still on the field though, getting past his man and should have made it 4. It's so much better as here he is again anyway. He'll have another chance. Hakim Ziyech, 1-on-1. He's put it wide. That was so unlike the player we know and love, but he'll get the ball back again. Hopefully he can do a cater and prove me wrong second time round. In the middle to Moise Kean to make it 4. That is it done. Get in there. We've forgot all about Marseille. I hope we have anyway, because that was a much better showing. A brilliant result as we still sit top of the Champions League group. Going into Marseille's second time round and Saint Etienne back promoted. Good to see them back. It will be a busy next month with, Man City and PSG back-to-back. We also have Ajax, and then we move into January, where Marseille wait for us again. But thank you guys for watching this episode anyway. We have come to the end of it. Like, comment, share, and subscribe with the notification bell on as well. If you want to see what happened last episode, you can click it, and I will see you all in the next one. Anyway, take care, in a bit, and peace.